My name is Brian Carpenter. I'm the Curator of Native American Materials at the American Philosophical Society Library in Philadelphia. And so what that means is I'm the head archivist at the library for that part of the collections. The society was founded in Philadelphia in the 1700s by Benjamin Franklin and a lot of other sort of white businessmen types of guys who were interested in things that nowadays we would call the natural sciences. In those days they called them natural philosophy. One of the early presidents of the society was Thomas Jefferson, who one of his interests was in collecting vocabularies of native languages to try to understand what tribes, what nations had common languages and therefore common shared histories. That set off a tradition at the APS of people being interested in collecting more information about native languages in particular. That continued at various stops and starts throughout the years, especially again in the 20th century with a lot of the rise of anthropology and linguistics. The earliest material goes back to the 1500s up to material as recent as last year. And it's from material from throughout primarily North America. We like to say from Alaska to Central America and coast to coast, and many places in between, relating to about 650 different indigenous cultures. There are some materials in Central America and South America, but it's primarily US, Canada, and Mexico. The vast majority of the materials are stuff from the late 19th century to present day, from anthropology, linguistics, ethnography, but there's also earlier historical documents, photographs, audio recordings, some video, a wide range of materials that are applicable to people doing all sorts of research, especially indigenous community-based research. So as the curator for the Native American materials at the library, my main duty is to work with people wanting to access the materials at the library. The majority of the work that I do is working with indigenous communities, whether organizations or individuals wanting to access material relating to their language, culture, and history. In recent years, the library has realized that Native communities are the primary constituency for the library in these collections. So the APS has founded what it calls the Center for Native American and Indigenous Research, or CNARE is the acronym. And that is a permanent component of the library devoted to promote better access to these materials and to do collaborations with Native communities. We're currently in touch with about 50 to 60 different communities from across the continent. And my main job is to try to understand when we get in touch with a community, whether we run into someone in the hallway at a conference such as this, or if someone emails us, to try to say, here's our understanding of the materials at the APS that are from your community in your language. How can we get it to you in a way that fits with what you're already doing, with initiatives you already have going? As part of that, we are able to digitize materials at the APS for free when they're going to community-based initiatives, organizations. So we work a lot with cultural centers, museums, tribal government departments, language programs, but also with a lot of individuals just wanting to find resources about their language, photographs of relatives, and a wide range of things. So everyone is welcome at the APS. You don't have to have any academic credentials, affiliations, letters of permission, none of that. There is a long history of Native people especially being excluded from old-timey research libraries like the APS. That's a very real history. But we want to communicate that everyone is welcome and we're here to serve you and let us know how we can be helpful to what you're doing. So the APS is, we like to say, it's the oldest archive on the continent of materials relating to indigenous cultures, languages, and histories. We're also one of the larger archives as well, about 1,700 linear feet or so of materials and several thousand hours of audio recordings, most of which are digitized and can be accessed online with a login and password. Just send me an email, I'll be glad to get you set up for free. I'm very glad to be here at ATALM 2018 at Mystic Lake, and I'll be giving a presentation later that will talk about some of what I've said here in more detail. And I'm very grateful for this opportunity, and I look forward to being in touch.